Hi, ladies. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone's been having a great week. Good month. It's going to be the middle of the month soon. How are you? Hey, Barbara. How are you? It's so good to see everyone. Please tell us, drop your name, drop your first name, and you know the drill. Drop your first name and where you're watching from. So good to see everyone. It's been a little while since we've had a girl chat. We have so much to catch up on, right? So tell me what's new, what's happening in your world. Please fill me in on this life that we're living from Augusta. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to let everyone have an opportunity to come on in and from DC. Okay. Love it, Barbara. Great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Tina, thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Have you started your products yet? How about Barbara? I know there are a few handles that I know. I try to connect a handle with a name from Long Island. Thank you so much. Drop your first name. Enjoying your life with Jesus. I love it. Where are you? Tell me your name from Ireland. So we have so much to talk about. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna let everyone. L'Oreal, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your support, love. Yes. Yes, Tina. Thank you so much for your support. Make pictures. Before the week is out, I'm gonna send out a new guide that will just give you some tips just to make sure that you take photos on your journey. I'm going to get a fan because it's gonna get warm in here in just a minute. You guys already know. Thank you so much, Frida. Frida, where are you watching from? Please let us know. I feel like I have a hair. I do. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you for the blessings, the love, the support, the community that we are building. It's incredible. It's incredible. Let me tilt down just a little bit. The space that we're building, a space for us to share, to talk, to learn, to grow, to thrive is incredible. I love NYC. There's a special place in my heart for NYC. Um, love New York. Love the New York vibe. So we're going to talk about thinning hair, hair changes, talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I thought we, Cincinnati, thank you so much. Danica, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys are settled in. Grab a cold beverage. I have water because starvation is a plan. Water helps a lot. Um, so we're going to talk about thinning hair. We're going to talk about hair changes. We're going to talk about whatever. You know, how we flow is we just talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let's talk about my hair journey and what a journey it has been. I contemplated another haircut, but I'm gonna let it continue to grow. We're not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna let her do her thing. I contemplated cutting it down a few inches, which in January and February, I cut my hair 3 times, I think 3 or 4 times I did. So I'm gonna leave her alone. But, you know, I don't even know where to start with this journey. For those of you that have been journeying with me for the last couple of years, 2 years ago, almost to the date, I shared, um, some details about my hair, and it was thinning. It was I didn't have a lot of breakage and shedding, but it was thinning where I could see completely to my scalp, and I'd been struggling with that on and off for quite some time, and I happened to be out walking the dog, and, there was another dog mom, and I noticed her hair, and it looked amazing, and look, I am going to glow up, big up, celebrate another soul, especially other women. And so I told her hair looked amazing, and she immediately started sharing her journey and her story of how she has or had her struggle with alopecia. And she visited a dermatologist, and there were a combination of products that her dermatologist shared with her. And she had this kind of routine of products that she used. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you so much for joining us. And so she had these products that she was using. Long story, I'm gonna try to the girl goes long. Um, but she shared kind of this regimen, and it was a culmination of 3 different products that she created, and I just took products that I felt would work for me, and I created something for myself. And so she had a product that she sprayed in her hair every day because she rocked her hair, like the short and wet and curly, which was great, but I was considering growing my hair out, and I had that short pixie cut, and my hair, either I'm gonna wear it curly, or I'm gonna wear it straight. Like, it doesn't work well because I have this really wavy hair, and so either I'm gonna rock it straight or I'm gonna rock it curly. And so I opted to go with straight and take that pixie cut out to a bob, and so I focused on products that would not oversaturate my hair or weigh it down. So I created this product a couple of years ago and completely transformed my hair. Completely. I went from having this very noticeable spot here where I had almost no hair to a full carpet full of hair in less than 6 months. Like my entire scalp was covered in hair, and it was amazing. And what was really interesting about the journey is I didn't hyper focus on my hair. I just created a routine that made sense for my life. And I didn't overdo it. I didn't focus on photos and looking at every strand of hair every single day. I just didn't do that. I just created something that worked for my lifestyle. And because what I know is when you hyper focus on things that are a stressor or frustrate you, you just get more things that stress and frustrate you. And I had enough things that I needed to focus on. That was the least of my concerns. So I just started using the products. Like I said, less than, I think it was like 4.5 months, my hair completely grew in. And there's a photo that I've shared online, and I was sitting in a barber chair, and it was right before I started using the product. Less than 6 months later, I had a photo taken of my hair in that same chair with my hair down to here, full, flowing, thick, thicker than it had been in many, many years. So, so I was using that and got really comfortable not using it. Got very confident in the flowy fullness of my hair, and I started going back to things that I had cut back on, like heat products and the shampoos and conditioners that really work well for my hair. I got really, cocky with it, really comfortable, like, "Okay, this is I got this." Well, those are an important part of the regimen that worked with the other products. One product is not the formula. It's a culmination of things of an entire ritual that I created. Tina, you asked me how I came up with the name. It's a ritual. And so the hair ritual, and this is what this is. It's something that is part of my wellness. It's a part of my self-care. And that is how this entire line was birthed. So let's fast forward. So I started using the products again in January because I noticed my hair was getting really thin and fine. And so I started using the products again. But I felt like I needed more. I needed more. So I started doing research on different hair oils. And so I literally was over at my parents and I was like, and my mom is like, she is like the master of queen of everything. Like, she's amazing. She's beautiful. She's all these things. She has everything, right? So I was like, hey, I need some cloves and rosemary. Do you have any? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes. I said, I want to make this hair oil. So the first batch that I actually created, and that batch stays with us at home. And so, and I created this hair oil, and I took a number of days, and I kind of figured out the ingredients, the formula, and I made sure, just like I do with the products that I create today, um, that are now part of the hair ritual line, is that the energy has to be good. I can't be in a rush. I, the space has to be prepared, right? And that is me internally, that's the space externally to be able to create. And as a creator, as an artist, we can't just create out of balance place. Right? It's all about energy, especially when we talk about our wellness and hair. That I know I have gotten up out of a chair when I sat down in a chair with a stylist and he was having a bad day. I don't want a haircut. I don't want you to touch my crown at that point, right? So that same philosophy I take with crafting the hair product. So I bottled it up, and that particular day, my daughter had just come home to get her hair done. The color was gorgeous. Unfortunately, the process in preparing the hair wasn't taken, and she had obvious damage. And so I literally sat with her for it took about 3 hours for me to comb through her hair, flat iron it, and trim her ends, and then reshape her hair. My daughter has this gorgeous hair that flows down, the middle of her back, and it takes a lot of time. And when she left her girlfriend's house, she was like, "It's okay, my mom got it. My mom knows what to do." What she didn't know was that I had made hair oil earlier that day. And so she immediately grabbed the bottle and she began using this hair oil. And she used it for 2 months, 3, 4 times a week. Because like, she's a hair oil girl. She is gonna make sure that hair is very full of moisture, you know? And thank you so much. Yes, yes. It's intentional, it's thoughtful, it's not gonna be rushed. And so she started using this hair oil, and so 2 months go by. She goes to a hairstylist that she hadn't seen probably in about 6 or 7 months, and she sits down in her chair to get her hair done, and her stylist is like, "What are you doing to your hair? Your hair not only does it look amazing, it feels amazing. What are you using?" So she then says, "My mom made this hair oil. That's what I use in my hair every other." For her, it's like every other day because she's like obsessed with it. So, and she's like, "Oh my God, I need it. Two, your mom needs to sell it." And so her hair is thicker, it's fuller, the damage is not evident, it's full of moisture. Her ability to detangle, shampoo, and condition and blow dry her hair has gone from 2.5 hours to 45 minutes, just because week to week, it's just not tangled and dry. And then her hair curls around itself. It's just just wraps around itself so it gets super detangled when it's dry. So here we are. Now here we are with the hair ritual, and I have a couple of samples here, and I can share information and drop it in. And so the hair oil is the hair elixir, and it comes in a dropper. It's a 1 ounce. This is really designed for, for those of you that like a little goes a long way. Let me say this. It's a 1 ounce bottle. It's enough to try. This is not something that should be gone in a month. This is something that you're using just a little bit of, whether you're applying it as into your hair, palm of your hand, and applying it as a hot oil treatment. You're using it as in your hair, your ice scalp routine. That's where I actually use it, because since my hair is so fine, I don't really apply it to my hair. I use it with my ice scalp routine that I do before I shampoo. And so the power of the ice scalp, and if you download the free glow up hair free hair restoration glow up guide, that pink guide, and I'll drop it here in the link. It walks you through how to create that scalp bar. And all of the products are linked in my Amazon store. The link to my Amazon store is in the guide, and it will take you to all of the products that I purchased to be able to create that product. And then the nourishing, um, the oils, herbal oils, excuse me, went blank for a second, are also in the balm. So you're getting the benefits. Hi, thank you so much for joining us, Jessica. Thank you so much. Good to see you. And so the benefits that come in this oil with the various oil blends are also in this product as well. You're getting the benefits of the castor oil, the olive oil, the botano oil. All of the different oils are blended in this product as well. So because I think it's also important to try products, a few weeks ago I launched the mini. And so the mini, this is actually a demo box for retail, because I'm in conversations with, preparing for conversations with a couple of big box brands, I guess is the best way to explain that, about actually putting this product on the shelf. And so, but it's important that and if when that happens, there are going to be end caps, specialty items in the stores that I actually can deliver myself. And so in the mini, so when you get the mini by mail, you don't get this box. That's something that I'm open to discussion, but this is actually for shelf purchase in the stores. So in the mini, you get this cute little satin bag, and the mini jar is 1 ounce versus the 2 ounce jar. And you also get, every balm comes with an applicator, spatula, which it's just so cute, right? Just cute. Just the cutest thing. And this product, again, a little goes a long way. This jar should last you 4 months at least. This is not something that you're applying like paste. You're using your finger and you're applying just a small amount, just like old school, like we used to part our scalp and apply grease like old school, right? And you're doing it maybe I'd say 2 to 3 times a week at max, depending on your hair. You may need to pull back, and would that be 2 times if you have finer hair like I do? Like I do it twice a week. That's plenty for me. And then when I do my ice scalp treatment, and the power of the ice scalp treatment, it helps quiet inflammation in the scalp. And inflammation in the scalp can be caused by so many things. Stress is one, medication is another, but um, um, you can that then impacts the health of the scalp and then the health of the hair, right? And whether hair is even gonna grow in those areas. So, eventually, I'll probably have larger sizes, but this is kind of, introducing the product. I thought it was best to just start with smaller products. So, the mini and every order, you get, of course, a cute little thank you card, and then, a hair affirmation is included. All of these things are handcrafted at home. And so, um, ice scalp treatment is a treatment where you use ice, excuse me, it's a crafted formula of green tea. You can also use spearmint tea. In the recipe that I provide in the glow up guide, it is spearmint, green tea. I let that cool completely. I also then I take that and I put it in some molds, soap molds. I use the soap molds that have the massage prongs on the back, and I pour the cool tea, a few drops of oil, and a few drops of apple cider vinegar, right? Because apple cider vinegar has lots of balancing protein, properties, excuse me, in it. And then I put it in the freezer, let it freeze overnight, and then before I shampoo my hair, I actually apply it to my scalp, and that helps inflammation and their healing and properties in the green tea and the spearmint tea for healing your scalp and your hair. So healthy hair begins with your scalp. If you have inflammation in the scalp, it inhibits the hair growth and impacts the ability for the hair to continue to grow. And again, inflammation, and I'm not medical, but inflammation in the scalp can be caused by so many reasons. There are a number of things. Stress can be one, medication. There are a number of things that can cause that. So when we talk about, and that's why um, these products have been so effective because the balm is a combination of products that help heal the scalp and then properties that help promote hair growth. I literally tested this for 2 years. I did this for 2 years, and this is an kind of an enhanced product in comparison to what I shared 2 years ago on my channel. So when I started studying oils and the benefits of various oils, like the benefits of black castor oil, the benefits of botana oil, the benefits of jojoba oil, all the benefits of olive oil, like all the benefits of those oils, and then it's a combination of the castor oil. There's a combination of those oils in both of these products. So, and then the other thing, this is really important to mention. When you, in your shampooing your hair regimen, it's really important that you include an anti-dandruff shampoo. There are properties in an anti-dandruff shampoo based on the things that I have been reading that help promote hair growth. I opted for a very gentle, in my opinion, what I consider to be gentle. Again, I'm not medical. I went with Neutrogena because traditionally, that brand has a reputation of being a more gentle brand. So I use Neutrogena's anti-dandruff shampoo, and all of those products are linked in my Amazon store. And the link to my store can be found on my channel as well as it can be found in the guide. So let me just take a moment and drop the guide. The guide is free. When you purchase products, you also get the copy of the Glow Up Guide. You also get, depending on which combination of products you purchase, you may get some other guides as well, um, that just are just so so much great information. So that's it on the hair products. Any questions just about healthy hair? Because that's what this is really about. Um, yes, I mean, this hair journey thing is incredible. And then there are other things, right? Because that are important. Are you taking enough water? If you're experiencing, um, if you're um, experiencing shedding, again, or shedding, that can be caused by a number of things. Um, I take MSM, put a little in my water, in 1 glass of water. I try to do it every day, but I don't always remember. And that helps with hair shedding. It also helps with allergies. MSM is really great for allergies. So if you have a lot of issues with allergies, it will help with that too, which is something that helps me tremendously. As a matter of fact, a friend shared MSN with me, many years ago, um, um, and it helped. I was having horrible migraines with my allergies, and my migraines went completely away. I don't know what it is exactly about MSN that's so or MSM? Yes, MSM that's so powerful, but there are properties in there that have really made migraines go away that I was experiencing with allergies, which is very interesting. Okay, so the hair glow up guide. Any questions? I don't know if daily, lemon water helps promote hair growth. That's a really great question, but there's so many benefits to it, lemon water. I mean, it helps, you know, um it's a neutralizing product, so it's very similar to if you would to consume alkaline water. Again, I'm not medical, but there's so many benefits to lemon water. It helps with, overproduction. It can help with overproduction of mucus in your system, but it also helps with weight loss. If you drink a warm cup of lemon water on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, um You'll it actually helps with weight loss, and, an Asian woman shared that with me many years ago, and the thing works. It'll make your stomach flat, 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 flat. So, okay, I don't know what just happened. I think I swiped my mouse, a magic mouse to the everything went away. So, hair glow up. Get the guide, girls. Get the guide. I spent a lot of time and in that guide, they're real photos. They're not Photoshop. That's what it looked like. That's what my hair and my scalp looked like. They're real photos. This is my real story. I had a real problem, and I found a real solution that I am now making available to the world. Okay. So, there's the guide. So you will see for those of you that have visited my storefront, thank you so much for all the support. There's so many free resources that I um, make available on my storefront because it's so important to provide these resources. I would highly suggest that you go visit it because it's new and approved. First of all, we dropped the Ultimate Girl Boss Life, and my website is now my name, which is so exciting. I've been in that transition for a couple of years. Um, and so there's my website. There's a whole list of free products from life after divorce. If you are a content creator and you're looking for tips and tricks and support in terms of, posing, how to um, batch film videos, and if you how to post with purpose and get paid as a creator. So there's so much information that's there. And the website is it's changed quite a bit. It's been in transformation, I would say, for the last couple of probably the last 4 or 5 months, and it has completely been, transformed. I have prayers that are all the prayers, the last 60 days of prayers that I share on TikTok as well as on YouTube Shorts are there. They're great articles about just life for us as women over 50. Um, there's just all kinds of information. I'm doing a complete overhaul on the website, and I'd love your feedback. Um, there's just been so many incredible changes that I'm excited about. Some of my coaching programs or coaching offerings have changed. For those of you that know, some of my clients are on here live tonight. Um, and it's just an incredible journey to be able to walk together. For those of you that don't know, I am a life coach, and I share time with other women, and we walk together on a weekly, monthly basis, depending on which offering you select. And it's incredible. For my longer term coaching clients that opt for either 3, 6, or a 12 journey with me, they also get access to me on WhatsApp, and that's very exciting and cool. And so if there's a need where we have to jump in and share time on one particular evening or one particular day or week, something's going on, I'm available for them to do that. So those of you that are interested in taking a look at some of the coaching programs that I offer, it's on my website. If you go, it's everywhere. Work with Tricia. I can drop that link as well. So you had some questions about how often private coaching link. But love to get your feedback on the changes with my storefront. For those of you, gosh, there's just so much information on there. Melinda, thank you so much for joining us. Someone asked about Tamara. You asked about how often you should wash your thinning hair, and so let's talk about that. I have a couple of thoughts on that. Um, I shampoo my hair probably every between 8 to 10 days. Um, and the less I do to my hair, the longer it seems to have life. I used to be very regimented about shampooing it every single week, and sometimes a few times during the week. There was a time um, I shampooed my hair every day. We're not gonna talk about that, but I did. I used to be a swimmer. I swam competitively, so that was just a part of my life, and I didn't know how to unwind from that. So now I probably shampoo every, I would say, maybe closer to 8 or 9 days. 10 days probably seems a little long. And one of the things that I do is I've gone back to um, wrapping my hair, like old school when we used to go to the salon and we'd get it wrapped wet, and then we'd put a couple of rollers here in the crown, and that's what I've started doing. Um, that's what I've started doing, and the life of my hair week to week has increased because of it. I'm very careful on what types of products I use for shampoo and conditioning my hair. For me, Pantene products Regular traditional products work very, very well. We all have products that work for us. When I use Pantene, my hair grows like weeds in a healthy way. My hair already grows really fast, but it accelerates that process of hair growth. I've stepped away from those Pantene products, and when I stepped away from the products, I noticed a difference in my hair, so I just do what works with me. For those of you, that have, um, silver hair, kinda like gray, whatever term you would like to use with that. One of the things that I do in my shampoo is I put a cap full of I actually do a little bit less than a cap full of, hydrogen peroxide in my shampoo, and that helps keep my whites white. So I use that purple shampoo, um, not as frequently as I once did just because it's such a battle with that. You got white fingernails and you gotta wear gloves. When you wear gloves, you can't emulsify it. That, purple shampoo is wet, and of course, you have to really make sure you lather it really well in your hands, or you're gonna get a purple tint to your hair. And if that's something you're trying to achieve intentionally, for me, I don't have that desire. So the peroxide, a little less than a capful of the cap of peroxide in the entire full bottle of shampoo is what I do that helps keep my gray hair really white. Um, yes, Barbara, I would have to say that, our time together is incredible, and it is an absolute investment in yourself. It is a time where you are able to just completely focus and walk with someone, and walk with me on unpacking and journeying through various chapters in your life. And there is not a, um, it doesn't mean that a crisis or a fire doesn't take place, but this is coaching in an effort to evolve into the best version of yourself. That is, um, that is the focus on it, of the coaching. It's about a journey of becoming the best version of yourself every day, and it's an absolute honor for me to be able to walk with the women that reach out to me and want to be their coach. It's an incredible gift and honor, and I don't take it lightly, and it's blessed me in incredible ways. So for those of you that are here on live, or gonna be watching later that are my clients, thank you so much because what you have done to my life, by allowing me to step into your world is incredible. For those of you that are considering it, if you have questions, you guys know how to reach me. My email address is available. It's on my website. It's also at the bottom of every video. You'll find my email address. I respond to all of my messages. Sometimes it takes me a few days because I personally want to respond to each message, and I dedicate time every week to do that. I don't take responding to either emails or messages lightly. I look at it as it's time with my girls, and it's an important time. It helps me to be the amazing continue to be the amazing person that I am. It's like I need my girls. We have to have time together. You are so welcome. What other questions do you have? So we talked about some hair. Someone mentioned they use the product on their face. Um, it's all, um, I never thought about that, but the benefits of it would be amazing because the products all have so many benefits to your skin. There is a combination of products I actually use for my skin that are some of the same oils. So I get it. I use it on my skin because um, just some of the products over the counter just aren't hydrating enough, and when you have been someone that uses body oils for as long as I have, I've literally been using body oils out of the shower since I was 11, 12. And what starts to happen is that it doesn't have the same impact over time. So, for example, I may have started with baby oil, which is what it was when I was a young girl. Um, that was what everyone used, right? And then as I got older, it just didn't have the ability to penetrate the skin. So then I had to move to different types of oils. And now I make an oil that I use, a combination of oils that I use. So I could definitely see that. I have male clients that use it for their beard. That surprised me as well too. For the first batch of orders when I first released the product, majority of those customers were men buying it for themselves, and so that was really, really, amazing to see, and like I said, some of those, male clients, they're using it on their beards, and I ran into a client recently, and he was just all smiles because his beard was filling in. He was just so ecstatic about that, because that's something he's been struggling with, is just making sure that the beard was completely filled in evenly. Yes, absolutely. 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 Water is essential. Vitamins are essential. What kind of vitamins are you taking? Collagen. Get collagen in your diet. The viewer, and I don't know if she's gonna is on here or gonna see it later. I don't remember her name, but she shared marine collagen with me because um, I don't eat beef, red meat, and so regular collagen is a byproduct of cow. And so because I don't eat that and I don't consume that on any level, it was not something that I could mix in a glass of water and drink. There was just no way I could do that. So she had suggested marine collagen, which I get from one of my local health food stores. So I like that, and I also add collagen in my life. I don't take it daily, but I definitely see a difference when I'm more consistent in it, not just hair, but what's happening with my body and my skin. Um, what kind of vitamins are you taking? A prebiotic, a probiotic, all of those things are important, right? When I had a season last year where I stepped away from my probiotics just out of accident, really. I forgot to take them. I ran out and I forgot to buy them, and I didn't remember that I wasn't taking them. And it really impacted my skin. I was breaking out in hives all the time because my gut was out of balance because I didn't have my probiotics and my prebiotics. I wasn't taking those things. And so I ended up getting back on my probiotics, and I did a cleanse. I did the leaky gut cleanse, which really helped rebalance everything. Because I mean, like literally, I was breaking out. I started breaking out eating eggs, and I walked into the health food store explaining this to the owner, and she's like, "Are you taking your probiotics?" And when she said it, I was like, "Oh, I actually didn't realize I wasn't." And she said, "Yeah, your gut's out of balance, and so your body is reacting to everything." And so once literally I went home, started taking them the next day, I ate eggs and I didn't break out in hives. And so I make sure that not only am I taking a probiotic, I'm taking a prebiotic and collagen, and then you need vitamins because there are things that your body needs. We can't just use a typical product and think it's gonna be enough. There's so much more that we need. Um, but water is essential. Water is critical to life. And make it interesting for yourself. I always do lemon, but I found dried fruit um, at one of the grocery stores, and it's dried apples. I think it's Fuji apples and strawberries, and I just added a couple into my water, and it just helps kind of freshen my brighten my experience because drinking water all the time, if you're not adding something to it like lemon or lime or cucumbers or some blueberries or something, it just is bland. And I gotta do it extra. It's not gonna just be water. It's gonna be water with shaved cucumber slices and blueberry and, and, thinly sliced lemon, like, it's gonna be extra because that's what I need. I give myself what I need, and so that's a great transition when we're talking about things that we need. It's critical that you don't apologize and don't give disclaimers for what you need in your life. If you need to work out and everything needs to coordinate when you do that, do it. If you need special makeup brushes, do it. If you need an extra 20 minutes in your special robe on the balcony or in your special chair with your favorite mug, do it. So, for me, it's not gonna just be a glass, right? It's gotta be something that resonates with me. Yes, they wanna know who I'm talking to, Tina. 'Cause they're like, "What's going on?" But Bailey loves being in the camera. So yes, we need all the extras. We need all the extras. It's so important that we invest in what we need to be well mentally and emotionally without apology. Um, so tell me what else, ladies. Yeah, they're great. Um, they're great. They're great. Well, I appreciate you all. Hey, how are you, David? It's good to see you. I love the space that we're building. I love it. It's it's just, it's great because, you know, as when I started this platform, it was a channel focused on what I felt I needed as a woman in this space over 50. I did not know on this journey that I was going to heal before the world and share that healing journey. I also did not know that we were going to create a community where men felt safe here too, and I love that. At one point, and typically for um, a content-driven channel, you typically see a male, audience of about 2, maybe 3% at max. At one point, my male audience was like 12, 13, 14, 15%, right? Because and what I recognized on that journey or in the journey was that healing has no gender. The things that we go through as women, yeah, there are things like, menopause and some of the changes that we go through with that and perimenopause and, some of the things that we experience, but when we started talking about healing, healing has no gender. Things that I've shared, about living intentionally and, focusing on your wellness and, really investing in your self-care apply to men too, and I love to see men focus on their self-care. I love to see men focus on their wellness. I love to walk into the nail salon and see men getting manis and pedis, and I love to see it. I love when my male friends reach out and say, "Tell me about your skincare, Tricia. Tell me about the products that you use, because I'm noticing some things and I need to make some changes." I love when I share something, a nugget, and one of my male friends says, "Oh, I got that. Let me show you. I use that." Right? So I love it. Love it. I love it. Things that we talk about here can help us both. And the healthier we both are as men and women, it increases the opportunity of connecting with someone who is fur further along on their healing journey where they can add to your life and you to them. It doesn't mean that we're making love connections here in the community, in our community that we're building. Well, why not? Why not? It means that as these messages are shared around the world and men and women are focusing on their wellness, opportunity to meet someone who is well enough, right? I had a conversation with someone recently, and I said, "I deserve to be involved with someone who is further along on their healing journey than not," right? And we all deserve that if that is something that you desire. Um, and hey, Don, thank you so much. Now, I've been doing a lot of talking. So I talked about hair, talked a lot about hair and some hair routine tips that I could suggest for those of you that haven't downloaded that free hair glow up guide. Download it. Share it with someone. Send them the link so they can download it because there are people that are quietly suffering that they don't have to. But there is a solution that works. And things in our, and it could be one or two things that someone can change in their routine um, that it helps transform things for them. For me, my hair responds better when I don't use any heat. So now I old school wrap my hair and I dry it. And then that's it. And when I'm sorry, I'm trying to get down to new comments without without closing it out again. So it may just be tweaking one or two things that can help you. So yes, David, I actually was sharing a little while ago that it blew me away that in the first launch of the products, the majority of my first customers were men, and they were buying it for themselves. And some of those customers are using it for their beards. I actually ran into a customer that purchased local, and I ran into him maybe about 3.5 weeks ago, and he was like he was beaming because the products are working on his beard and his beard is feeling it. And so, we don't have to suffer in silence. And I know that I stand up better, older as a woman with my hair where it is today. I was gonna work it out if it never changed, but here we are in the transformation of the change. And, I also shared earlier, David, that I introduced a few weeks ago a mini, version of the line where it's actually smaller products that you can start out with, smaller samples. And that's for someone to kind of try out the products before they make an investment. Um, love you. I appreciate you. We're almost wrapped up here. We just have a few more minutes. If there are any questions that anyone has, thoughts they'd like to share, thank you all for sharing time with me today. We normally do this on a Saturday. It was kind of nice to pop in on the evening, in the evening during the week. I didn't have a lot, but being more consistent, and I have one of my accountability buddies, Barbara, on the line who's going to help keep me accountable with a consistent schedule. I was also thinking about creating a live surrounding content creating, having some discussion about that. If you guys are open to that, let me know. I'm open to doing it. So I can do kind of a girl chat, catch up, one one twice a month, depending on what you guys want. If you want to have more conversations, if you want to talk about makeup routines, skincare, life, real estate. Oh my gosh, I have not really intentionally in the beginning did not talk about real estate, but that's been my life for 25 years, right? A full-time real estate agent and then broker in the real estate industry here in the Metro Atlanta area. So I'm more present in having those conversations. I really felt in the beginning you had to earn the right to have certain conversations. And so once I've kind of established myself in the space, those are now the questions like, what do you do every day? And so I do have some videos. I do have some videos that are in process that actually show what my life looks like every day, what the 15, 16, 17-hour workdays look like. What does planning for listing appointments look like? What does planning, content creating, what does my back office look like? How do I build a site? How do I create products? How do I, like, the AI agents that I walk with every single day, what my platforms look like to help me be able to do all of this um, before be able to manage all of these things so seamlessly. Um, and the AI agents, for those of you that are content, just those of you in business, if you are not using AI in your businesses, you're doing yourself a disservice. Um, Thumbs up before I leave the chat. Please hit thumbs up. Where do I hit thumbs up? Um, Please hit the thumbs up before I leave the chat. I'm not sure where that is. Not sure where that is. But yes, I'm open to the live content creators. If you're, let me drop a gem actually. I have some really great tools for content. Um, oh, for content creators. Hey, Sergio, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. So, for those of you that just kind of popped in as we're getting ready to sign off, if you haven't taken a moment to look at my website, I dropped the link. One, super exciting. I've transitioned from the ultimate girl boss life to triciabachoo.com, and that's super exciting. To now have established myself as a brand where my name stands for itself. So that's super exciting. But what I have done with the website has completely been transformed, and there are so many tools and nuggets, not only for us as women on our journey of becoming her, but also for content creators, how to post with purpose. I have not actually officially launched it. The launch will actually happen with that product, but it's a free guide of how to create content with purpose. And the purpose is to get paid, right? And so on this journey, I'll also talk about how how to work with brands, how to work with agencies, right? How I went from making $200 on one video with an agency to making $2,000 on one video, a 5-minute video, and and negotiating licensing agreements and how things have really transformed. And those are things that you can do well before your platform is monetized if you post with purpose. So grab that free guide. Um, for content creators. There's also another one that I've created that talks about how to batch film content. Super important not to wear yourself out on the journey. And these are things that I have learned, right? We all start at zero on this thing. We all start in the same place, and that's at zero. And the things that I have learned in the last couple of years, you do not have to wait till you monetize. But if you're posting with purpose, you are going in a specific direction. You identify the brands that speak to your life, that resonate with you, and then you can post and create batch create content that aligns with that direction because you don't want to be on this wheel, this hamster wheel of just filming to edit to post and film to edit to post. That is not a life you want to live. There's no freedom in that. And the experiences that I have today are in those guides. S There are a number of them that are free, and there are others that are just a small investment. Next month, I'm launching a self-paced, um, content creator course that will have 3 tiers. One tier is self-paced, the second tier is, um, group coaching, and then the third tier is private coaching that extends over a 60-day period. So that launches next month. Super excited about that, where I am teaching those modules. I'm walking through real things that I've learned and experienced, and the things I know today, if I knew those things then, I would be absolutely unstoppable. Because we get so focused on we got to monetize. Once we monetize, like that breaks you through. It doesn't. If you're not posting and creating content, one that resonates with you, you're going to burn out, right? You've got to speak to your life and focus on the things that you can do for free because that's where you are until it breaks through. But then how do you position yourself and build a sustainable business beyond just moving, running around with a camera? It's more than that. There are people you have to touch, their lives you have to transform, that you have to resonate, your content needs to resonate, whether it's, you know, entertainment or whether it's, a different type of content, you still have to be able to speak to people where they're going to be interested in what you have to say and learning how to deliver that content, how to create hooks, how to how to get your message across in a short period of time is pretty cool. So there's tons of information on my site. It's completely been revamped. For those of you that have spent a great deal of time there, you're going to absolutely notice the difference. For those of you that have not visited my website, you're going to be in for a treat. Um, there's information on the coaching programs, on tools. I have an entire free resource. And let me just drop the link of these are all the free products. My gift to you as we sign off. Any last thoughts? I really appreciate you all. Thank you for the love, the support, all of the messages on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, the emails that I get with men and women sharing their stories and journeys and how I've impacted them. Um, for my coaching clients, thank you so much. For those of you that are sending blessings, I've had an overwhelming request of where someone can send a blessing to me. That's on my website as well. There's an incredible app that I now have. It's called Buy a Cup of Coffee. So if you're a creator and you have people that want to bless you, you can set up this account. It's safe. You can share that with your audience. So, oh my gosh. Um, oh, that's such a great question, Lisa. I don't have Soft Girl of Life, but one of my vendor partners does create hats. Um, it's just not something that I've added. I love a trucker's hat. So if I could find a really bomb trucker's hat, I'd do it. I do it. I do it, Alicia. I'm sorry, I said Lisa. A gift. Let's see, free. Well, the great thing, Kim, you can rewatch this. This live is recorded, so you can watch it again. So please watch it, share it. Um, there, there's so many links in here that I've shared. Content creator offerings, the free hair guide. I'm going to drop a link with actually all of the free resources on the changes that I've made to my website. I officially on Monday went live with triciabachoo.com, so all the old links will work, but I've transitioned from the Ultimate Girl Boss life to Tricia Bachoo, and that's a super exciting, um, achievement for me, and speaks to all the love and support I have from you all around the world. The free resources. Let me just send you this. If you have any questions, drop a note in the video, drop a comment. Okay. I think that's the right link. Let me try sending it again. Um, oh, you know what? I'm in edit mode. Sorry. I was wondering why the link was looking really weird. Okay, copy. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Then let me edit this. Okay, so let me delete the content creator link, drop the new link because I was editing some things earlier. Content creator resources. I really like this the Wednesday night connection. I really like this. And Kim, I also talked about doing live for content creators. I also need to revamp my memberships on YouTube. I just there's just a lot to do. And step step by step, it gets done. I love the grace and the patience. Let's see. This, let me delete this. And let me redrop coaching. Work with Tricia. Okay, here's that. And then let me just also drop the hair glow up guide. Let me see. And the ice scalp treatment recipe is in there too. So let's delete that. And okay, the hair ritual. Okay. I think I addressed all the questions. So I re-dropped all the links. Thank you so much for all spending time with me this evening. Um, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, for all of your support, the love, the messages, the laughs, the tears. And I think I covered everything. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.